Roll Week Live. What's up? I am your host, DJ Anthony from New Jersey. My co-host is all the way in Southern California there, PhD in biochem. Magnus, how are you?
What's up, guys? All
Yo,
good here.
So it's beach time. So today's show is how to get into beach body shape, which is funny because we're already in the summer. So right, Magnus? I mean, if you're not in beach body shape, you're screwed.
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't made the major work up until now, I'm sorry. I would suggest that you start planning for next year. I mean, no, I mean, like, of course, you can start to kind of test the waters a little bit. Like go on a little bit on a fat cut, try to lose some body fat and things like that. But trying to be, like ripped. Unless you're almost there, don't forget it. You will just cause more damage than good. If I'm gonna be honest.
Right. So for next year, I would say it's funny, Magnus, because a lot of people will say, "Oh," and you hear this a lot. You're a trainer. "Oh, I want to get a six-pack. I want to get a flat stomach, so I'm going to do sit-ups." And that's really not how you get a flat stomach. You get a flat stomach from stop drinking soda, stop drinking alcohol, stop eating shit. It's a dietary thing. You can't really do sit-ups to make your stomach flat. What do you say? You're a trainer, Magnus.
The trend is so funny. Like you see all these people like on social media and they like do this workout, like a bunch of sit-ups, like 500 sit-ups per day. It's like, oh, well, that's awesome that you're doing a bunch of sit-ups, but that just comes down to like your body fat, like volume. I mean, the less. So here's the thing: the bigger your muscles are under your body fat, and the less body fat you have, the more defined your muscles are going to be, right, on your abs. So I think it's so funny because some people think that they're just gonna, just because if I lose weight, I'm gonna get abs. No, it doesn't work like that. Your abdominal muscles are working the same way as other muscles. So,
but let me say this though, that is you're 100% right. I mean, you're the expert. However, there are some people that say, okay, I want a six-pack, but then there's other people that say, I just want a flat stomach. They're not looking for a six-pack. And my thing is, but if you're 400 pounds of blubber, like you can't do sit-ups to make it flat. You have to really get your diet under control.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, there's this saying, it's been going around for a long time. You cannot out-train a shitty diet. And I think more and more people need to listen to that because that is important. And again, why is getting a six-pack or a flat stomach important to start out with? I think that a lot of people think that if I have six-pack, I'm gonna be like feeling great, Most people that have that type of goal will not be happy just because they get their six-pack. They're going to feel pretty much empty once they get there because it didn't get the effect that they were hoping for. Finding a partner, earning more money, things like that. Yes, everybody can get a six-pack, but it costs sacrifice. It costs way more for certain people. Like if you're naturally lean, if you have like genetics for it, and you know, like you have a good diet, you know how to manage it, you use your metabolism to the right side. It's easy. But having a six-pack 365 days a year for 40 years straight.
Yeah, even bodybuilders don't have that.
No. There's an in-season and an off-season and pre-season and post-season. And you need to understand that. So, for instance, now, like the thing that you can do, you can start to like, okay, how does it feel on going on a little bit of calorie restriction to start losing a little bit of body fat? How do your body respond, like your mental like reaction and so on?
Cut out your processed carbs. That'll really help you quickly.
Process, like cut out
the bread, the pasta, the rice, the potato chips,
I would say,
soda.
I'm Anthony, even harder than that. Cut out most of your processed food.
Oh yeah, you'll lean out relatively quickly within a few weeks. You'll see noticeable gain, differences, but not. It takes a long time. Like you said, it takes months, to really kind of. By the way, this is not the ab show. This is not the ab. This is not the stomach muscle show. This is the whole body. So same thing with your biceps, your triceps, your delts, your legs. I mean, you gotta exercise, and you don't have to be actually going crazy. I mean, it's simple calisthenics. You don't have to join a gym. Your push-ups, your sit-ups, your walking, change your diet, get good sleep, get off the alcohol, all that shit. But I mean, yeah, guys that are hitting the gym, please work your legs out. You know, in Jersey, you see these guys with all these muscles, but they have chicken legs. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, that is weird. I don't know, like, know why that happens a lot, because it comes down to this: training legs for a lot of men and women is hard. It's
Yeah, but
painful. It takes a lot of effort.
yeah, but it's also not the body parts you're going to see usually, right? If you go to a club, you're wearing pants, but you can wear a tight shirt. You can't see muscles through jeans.
I would say I would disagree with that statement, because if you're trained, like, I can spot people if they have, you just look at your, like, for instance, you look at the glute and hamstring. I can see those through most pants anyway. If you have basically a pancake butt, I know that you do not have a lot of
Right.
leg muscles. So for someone that's in, or have,
But you're a trained eye, though. What about the girl in Jersey who's like, "Oh my God, Johnny, your muscles in your arms are so big."
here's the thing, Anthony, a lot of girls do know, and they
Yeah,
notice, and they can point out straight away, like, you are skipping way too many leg days.
yeah. And by the way,
And
here's the quintessential, like, Joey Guido in the Jersey Shore: huge arms, huge shoulders. Okay, you know, big chest, fat gut, no legs. Like, it's so embarrassing. It's like, bro, you don't even work out. You're a fucking fool, dude.
yeah, I mean, it's to each their own, right? But again, those people would probably benefit way more, and I think their whole training would get better if they train their whole body more,
Of
having a
course.
whole more, like, holistic and, like, viewpoint. But again, it's also these people that kind of train, and then they, like, didn't they have like a protein infused vodka too? Like,
Jesus.
yeah, you're like, really? It's just funny how
Yeah.
certain people. But anyway, like, if we're trying to look a little bit long term on how to get visible abs, let's run it down. Like, first off, I always say this: you need to have a pretty healthy metabolism if you want to be able to lose a body fat and get down to have basically visible abs. Or, and this is where a lot of people go wrong. They think that they just, oh, I need to cut out more calories. No, no, no. Most people actually need to reverse diet, and now would be the time to, or, like, I would say post summer, maybe if we're saying sometime in mid August or so, you should probably start trying to ramp up your metabolism and start eating more. Of course, foods goes first. And of course, we need to get a bunch of protein in ourselves, because that keeps muscle mass. That's what we want to keep. And it also builds muscle mass if you're actually doing a reverse diet. It's a reverse diet is kind of a fancy word for what we used to call bulking, but it's done under very kind of more stricter way. We're not eating whatever we can see. Slowly add calories over time and eat more. So why are we doing this? It's like, if we're trying to, how should I say? Okay, so here's the thing: if you have money on your bank, it's easier to, like, you will not, like, it, like, have too much of a negative effect if you have a bank account with a lot of money on it, right?
Right.
If you have a bank account that is minus already, or very, very low, it has a big impact if you have to use a couple of $100s, right? So this is kind of the same thing. We want to increase, because it's easier once we start cutting. We're not going to have to starve ourselves. We're going to be able to eat, and the
Totally.
mental aspect of it's going to be easier, and your body's going to feel way better. Your hormones are going to be more functional and everything. So we're looking at long-term health. So those things are important. We usually say we should probably eat around our body weight in grams of protein per day. So if you weigh around 200 pounds, you eat around 200 grams of protein.
Right.
If you're 150, you eat around 150 grams of protein, and so on.
Yeah.
Then when it comes to carbs, like in I would say total calories, we usually take around, like, body weight times 12. So again, if you're about 200 pounds, you will eat around 2,400 calories,
Right.
which is not starving yourself. But that's why we need to be able, a person that is 200 pounds probably needs to eat around almost up to 3,500 calories. And then we start to reduce and go slowly down, right? So this is something that you hear a lot in science and things like that. Now you have articles and things like that, like how to get, like, if we look at it, what like bodybuilders used to do, they've been doing this for, I would say, close to 100 years.
Right,
it's
right.
like focus on whole foods, eat your proteins, have your carbs around your training sessions or when you're active. Fats are still important. You usually take your body weight around 0.3, like around 30% of your calories, like that, or body weight. You will get that in about fat. So usually never under, I would say, 50 grams. You would rather be a little bit higher. That is something that you have to kind of try out, like see where you're at. And this is also like, how much body fat do you have, or how much like do you need to lose, and so on. So it's a little bit more complex than just giving you straight numbers.
Yeah.
Then another thing, when it comes to when you actually start going on a diet, then people has a tendency to ramp up their training.
Right.
You should actually start reducing your training a little bit. So when it comes to strength training, maybe not like adding more. You should probably get like potentially train a little bit less. You can still do a lot of steady state cardio, which would be walking, for instance.
Which I do. It's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So and I would say like walking is one of the best ways of cutting body fat.
Yeah. It's not sexy.
Sure.
It works though.
Yeah, I mean, like starting out, like trying to get up to around 8,000 to 10,000 steps per day, and then gradually work yourself up, even up to almost 20,000 steps per day. I would try to avoid walk more than that, because then, like, especially if you're not trained for it, your body will start having issues because you're potentially walking too much. But those are the two things that I would always go to, like strength training and steady state cardio, meaning like get out and walk. Don't just go into the gym and be on a bunch of machines. If you have to, I would rotate, because like I would probably commit suicide if I have to stand on a machine for more than 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
So
me too.
rotate in between different things. When it comes to cardio, no, running does not help you cut out body fat easier or not. That's has been proven over and over and over. So, and trying to go like train cardio, go out and do crazy runs, all this HIIT training or circle training or whatever people are doing nowadays, you shouldn't do much about that. Maybe get like one short session of HIIT training, high intensity interval training per week. More than that will just have a negative effect on you, and you will start losing muscle tissue, which you don't want to, instead of body fat. So you have to find that balance.
All right. No, well said, man. I mean, that's it, folks. You heard about that. So it takes time. Your diet matters. Exercise matters.
Again, if you need help with this, I can gladly help you guys out. You can reach out to me, and yeah, we can talk you through and set up a plan that so you're going to be ready basically for next summer.
Yep.
Or if you're going on a vacation, like if you're talking about closer to if you're going to a beach vacation in December or whatnot, you're going to the Caribbean or something, Hawaii or something like that. Yeah, then we can start looking at it. But you need time. This is not something that people think that, oh, I can lose 100 pounds in 3 months.
Yeah, no.
That is not something that I've pulled out of nowhere. I had to have a couple of people reach out to me and say, oh, can you help me lose 100 pounds in 3 months? No, I cannot.
No, I would say it takes 2 years. I mean,
yes, yeah. To be more honest, yes, that would be a better kind of
even 2 years. That's 50 pounds a year. That's a lot, man.
It's still a ton, and it will be hard to rush through that.
Yeah, you don't want to rush. Yeah, I mean, your body needs time to adjust. But anyway,
it's usually this: if lose it fast, you usually gain it back fast as well. So lose it slowly, you will keep it off.
Yep, well said. All right, folks, you heard it here. So that's how you get that beach body. It takes time. Listen to Magnus. You got any questions, hit us up on the comments below. We'll put you in touch with Magnus. Magnus, thank you. I'm ready for the beach, so I'm good. I know you're ready for the beach. So
I was just at the beach.
That's right. You were in Cancun, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I asked. I said, just by chance, it's a great show topic. So you're the beach master. So awesome, dude. All right. Thanks, everybody. Check back in for more great content. I'm signing us off in 3 seconds. Thanks, Magnus. 3,
Bye, guys.
2, 1. Adios, amigos.